Start.
That's a white girl too.
Peace, this is Brother Hakim, and you have joined us on Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Be sure to check out our site and subscribe at tribe.gyenamejourney.com. All my brothers and sisters, hold hands and bow your heads. Let us pray. God, stand up in Congress, no might. You better pronounce to God. How long would you judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? I say, in the form of fastest, do justice to the people in need. Deliver the poor and needy. Hold them out of the hand of the wicked. They know not. Never let them understand. They walk on in that. All the foundations of the earth are out of court. I have said, and you are God. And all of you are children of the Most High. But you shall die like men, and fall like men of the country. Rise, O God, towards the earth. God shall endure all nations. Allah Akbar.
Don't touch that.
This is Connecticut.
Daddy has colorful water.
Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Keep up with the journey. Check out what we have done in the past. Go to journeyarchives.com.
This is Abby Sheik, aka Ace, live from Shisha Lounge, and you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Be sure to follow Gye-Nyame Journey on Facebook, Google Plus, and Twitter. Check us out. Join the journey.
This is Abby Sheik, aka Ace, live from Shisha Lounge, and you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Where's the rest of it at?
You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio with Monica. Enjoy. This is Raymond. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Hey, 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 hey,
This is Willie. Welcome to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. I want to give a shout out to Silver Turtle. All my Silver Nation out there. I want to give a shout out to my mom. I want to give a shout out to Grant for raising me and my family to be around me. And I want to give a shout out to the people in my generation that's trying to do something big.
This is Cleveland, and you're listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Hey, Hotel. This man Sir Hotel, aka Mr. D. Mr. D doesn't sound good. I think it sounds great. Right now, you're listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. If you're not adding anything to the culture that you claim, you don't deserve to carry his name. This is Brother Hakim coming at you live, and you are now listening to the Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Shouts out to the Gye-Nyame tribe, Gye-Nyame family. Stand up. Peace. Sing to the picture that you find. You don't deserve to carry your name. Did you ever have Joe coming at you live, and you are now listening to the Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Shout out to Sasha. Shout out. Yeah, now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Peace.
That was me, Gina.
This is Gina. And you are now
And you are now
on Gye-Nyame Radio. Peace.
See what? I've had enough. You heard it, family. We are live right now on Folktales for Grown Folk. First off, I want to welcome you to the congregation of the mighty, the place where your muscle builds hustle. This is Gye-Nyame
Journey Media.
I am your host, and these are my co-hosts. We got Miss Sasha Marsh, we got Miss Gina G, also known as the Gye-Nyame Girls. And
Go check
this
out
is
her
a harder. Well, y'all on Gye-Nyame Journey. Y'all have your own channel. I ain't giving y'all a channel yet.
What?
Yeah, y'all can get older. And this is a Heart of a Similar production.
Strive to blow up your old paradigms.
All right, family. So we are here. We are gathered, or we are gathering to talk about the folktale of the week. Now, folktale is very special to me this week because this is the second day of my 21-day Nguzo Saba challenge. And I just, like I said, once again, I want to be clear on it. It doesn't have to be fasting for you. You just take the 21-day challenge to kind of change your mind. First, grab your time. Take control of your time. Take control of your days, right? What you call your days and how you interact with your days and the things that you focus on your days. Also, during the 21-day challenge, we also focus on a proverb, some proverbs, 3 proverbs of the week, and 1 story of the week. And this is the story that I'm focusing on. Let me put a little bit of thought into this one. Just a little bit. You know, I had to do a little advanced study. I remembered to read it this morning, and I wanted to kind of discuss it. Sasha's holding the speaker, so if anything is going wrong with the speaker, y'all can blame Sasha.
What?
Because she like to touch stuff when she ain't supposed to. You know?
I'm putting it right here.
Okay. Oh, I ain't know I could reach right there. That was smart, Sasha. Go ahead and put it up there. Because I don't have the mic plugged in. Good job. Good thinking. Everybody give Sasha a round of applause. Let's give her a round of applause here. Yeah. So now, I'm joined by the lady, so I'm going to tone it down just a little bit, family. But this is a very, very important folktale for us to go and discuss. And really do some wisdom mining. Because the tale is not super exciting, but yet and still, there's a lesson. Now, lines are open at 614-556-4535. Once again, lines are open at 614
556-4535.
Thank you, ladies. I mean, if you're going to be here, you got to work. You know what I'm saying? I believe in working the children. Getting them to do what they naturally like to do. Sasha and Gina, they like doing videos. So if you can, when you go to Gye-Nyame Journey, if you have young people, you can let them see their videos. They got ones on making oatmeal. I think they might have did one making pancakes.
Yeah. One making cake.
We made a cake. Another we did some candy.
And we went to the car wash.
Went to the car. Oh, we ain't do that one. I ain't put that. I gotta cut that. I gotta find that video and cut that one
You
up.
did not do the woods yet.
Huh?
You didn't do
Yeah, the woods was live.
Oh.
Y'all live stream. That was your first. That was your first live stream. The Gye-Nyame girls in Sharon Woods live. Did it as long as I could take it. Long as I could take it. Hold on. Let me plug in the mic for the camera so I can make sure that y'all hear me clear. Because, like I said, I got to check this mic before and after. All right, so here we go. So the folktale, we're going to get to the folktale. We're going to have discussion. And like I said, hopefully, some other Gye-Nyame family will join. Huh?
We have a YouTube video.
Yeah, they know you have YouTube videos. I brag about y'all stuff.
What?
Yeah, man, y'all my daughters.
We're supposed to brag about it, but it's not videos. Tell them about that message.
What message? Oh, Sasha and Gina got a message from a mother who who allows her daughter to watch their videos, and she was very impressed with their videos, and I want to send shouts out. I can't remember the name, but when I remember the name, I send shouts out to them because I love any body that kind of encourages my girls to pursue what they like. They like doing.
Once I know them.
Right, you don't know them, man. We don't even know where they at. But the point is, the girl's 4 years old, and she likes to watch Gina G and Sasha Mosh, the Gye-Nyame girls, do their thing. And I'm really, really happy for them because I wanted to make sure that they got the message. Because I want them to know that, it might not be a whole lot of people watching, but people do watch. And you need to be able to, provide the people with something of value. And she said her little girl loved watching Sasha and Gina. So we're going to do some more shows. And then I'll eventually get them up to doing some lives. Go ahead, say something.
Go to dailytoast.com.
We don't have dailytoast.com, baby. We got GyeNyameJourney.com.
Oh.
Daily Toast is part of Gye-Nyame Journey. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we'll say go to GyeNyameJourney.com.
Go to GyeNyameJourney.com and get this much, except for the upside down one. Yeah.
Upside down one is a rarity. It's a rarity.
I'm more rare.
Right.
Rare.
All right. So the Panther and the Shepherds. A panther by some mischance fell into a pit. The shepherd discovered him. The shepherds discovered him. And some threw sticks at him and pelted him with stones, while others, moved with compassion towards one about to die, even though no one should hurt him, threw in some food to prolong his life. I don't understand that part, but we're going to come back to that. At night, they returned home, not dreaming of any danger, but supposing that on the morrow they would find him dead. The panther, however, when he had recruited his feeble strength, freed himself with a sudden bound from the pit, and hastened to his den with rapid steps. After a few days, he came forth and slaughtered the cattle, and, killing the shepherds who had attacked him, raged with angry fury. Then they who had spared his life, fearing for their safety, surrendered to him their flocks and begged only for their lives. To them the panther made this reply: I remember alike those who sought my life with stones and those who gave me food. Aside, therefore, your fears. I return as an enemy only to those who injured me.
What? I thought you were going to say a pit of snakes.
All right, whole different story, baby. Now, if you can't keep up, it's time for bed, right? All right, this is called Folktale for grown folks. Y'all not grown, so y'all might not get this. All right, but let's read it one more time, and then I'll go into the discussion. If anybody has any comments or anything, let us know. You know what I'm saying? Let us know. You could on any one of these devices, you go and type in a message. I'll get the message. So here we go. A panther by some mischance fell into a pit. The shepherds discovered him, and some threw sticks at him, and pelted him with stones, while others moved with compassion towards one about to die, even though no one should hurt him, throwing some food to prolong his life. At night they returned home, not dreaming of any danger, but supposing that on the morrow they would find him dead. The panther, however, when he had recruited his feeble strength, freed himself with a sudden bound from the pit, and hastened to his den with rapid steps. Baby, that's my daily toaster list. Real life here at Gye-Nyame Journey. After a few days, he came forth and slaughtered the cattle. And killing the shepherds, that's over. And killing the shepherds who had attacked him, raged with angry fury. Then they who had spared his life, fearing for their safety, surrendered to him their flocks and begged only for their lives. To them the panther made this reply: I remember alike those who sought my life with stones and those who gave me food aside. Therefore, your fears. I return as an enemy only to those who injured me. Alright, so let's make this one quick, because I see obviously people was at home sleep. Nobody got time for Folktales for grown folks because I took a couple of weeks off. And it's going to take me a whole nother year to build up the Folktale for grown folks army. And that's cool. I just need people to know that the call is coming out. The call is going out for those that have been listening to Folktales for grown folks. So I might take a couple more weeks off because I'm fasting right now. I'm in the midst of my 21-day fast. And I'm going to find a way to connect the story about the panther to my fast. Family, listen. So we have shepherds. What are shepherds? Shepherds herd cattle, they herd goats, they herd sheep. And enemies of shepherds are anything that's an enemy to their flock. Whether that flock is cattle, whether that flock is sheep, whether that flock is goats. Whatever is an enemy to the flocks is an enemy to the shepherd. Now, I want to stress that. Enemy. Now, family, when you have an enemy, there is only one truly acceptable way for that enemy to be in your presence. One. Can somebody out there tell me what that one way that the enemy is allowed to be in your presence? Actually, two. One is conquered and defeated. You might say that's two. No, conquered and defeated. Kneeling. Or dead. Family, the shepherd's main mistake here is that the enemy of the very things that fed them, the enemy of the very things that made sure they possibly had clothes, the enemy of the thing that provided them with drink, the enemy of the thing that provided them with money and things to trade was the panther. What is a panther? A panther is a wild cat. A wild cat that, one, hunts very well in the jungle, but will always go for the easiest prey. And the easiest prey is cattle because they are ignorant of the ways of nature. They depend on the ways of man. And because they depend on the ways of man, they are very easy to track down and to kill. And the shepherd has to protect their sheep against this predator. If shepherds stumble on this panther in the pit, first question that comes to my mind is how the pit got there. That the panther didn't know was that the panther didn't know was there. See, now you got to think about this. Panthers are very territorial. Cats are territorial. If you ever had a cat, you know cats protect their territory. They don't like other cats on their territory. Panthers are the same way. They're territorial and they know their territory. This panther fell into a pit. The question is, was the pit a trap for something? But we won't go into that because they don't detail that in the story. But the piece that I want you to think about is this. Rather than tormenting the panther, rather than pelting it with stones and rocks, They should have just destroyed the enemy. Point blank. That was the mistake within the story for me. Right now, you got other shepherds who took compassion on their enemy. They took compassion on something that survived. Let's think about this. Panthers don't eat grass. Panthers don't eat fruit off trees. Panthers eat meat. Your livelihood as a shepherd is meat. Herd is in your name. Herd is in your name. The question I have to ask is, why would you be stupid enough to have compassion on an animal that will come back and take your livelihood? Your job as a shepherd is to protect your flock. And by you having compassion on an animal that eats your livelihood is foolishness. Now, many of us in our lives, and family, I want to stress this, many of in our lives, we have been brainwashed to believe that everybody deserves mercy. Everybody needs to be forgiven. And I'm going to say this, family, they could receive mercy, they could receive forgiveness, but that don't mean they have to live. If their lifestyle is based on consuming your livelihood, the question is, should they be allowed to live? We got Lady J on the line. Long time no hear, my sister. What's going on?
Yeah, you have to know it. But
neither have you. It's time out. Neither have you.
Okay, so real quick, did the Panther spared their life though, right?
The Panther spared the life of the ones that showed compassion or that showed mercy on him. The Panther's exact words were, and I'm glad you brought that up because I want to talk about that a little bit. The Panther's exact words were, to them the Panther made this reply. No, to them the Panther made this reply. I remember alike those who sought my life with stones and those who gave me food aside. Therefore, your fears. I return as an enemy only to those who injured me. Sounds pretty cool. Sounds fair, right? But I want you to think about, once again, we have to go back to what is the Panther's purpose. Not only did the Panther spare their lives, but the Panther possibly left them because we're not clear on whether he took their flock, whether he took their cattle, because they offered their cattle in fear of this enemy that they had in a compromising position that they could have just took his life and ended all of this discussion. It would have been a short, boring story. We would have been sitting here like, well, what's the lesson in that? The lesson, I believe, or at least one of the lessons, because you get many lessons. Sasha trying to show y'all her writing.
No, I said give me 10 seconds.
I'll give you 10 seconds. Okay. The Panther, the lesson in the story, for me, goes back to a lesson in the 48 Laws of Power. In the 48 Laws of Power, they say, destroy your enemy completely. Let me stress that again. Destroy your enemy completely. Now, a lot of y'all out there, y'all might not feel like this. Right? You might not feel that that's right. But please understand that when you are dealing in war, you have other people that's coming at you with the idea of destroying you completely. I believe that shepherds have a long-standing war with panthers. And for some of the shepherds to show compassion to their natural-born enemy was not only foolish on their part, but it ended up taking the lives of some of their mates, some of their family, some of their tribe. because they didn't handle business in the way that business should have been handled. Now, I'm not saying that I could have did it, because I probably would have been compassionate too, because I didn't hear this story. But now I'm hearing this story, I think I'm gonna be dangerous if I'm caught up in a situation where I got a panther in a hole. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lady J.
Man, one thing that I thought of was just
10
righteousness.
seconds.
That which is right. And I think that you're right. If you, if they would have just killed the panther, maybe one thing, but to be torturing it is another, right?
Right.
And so those other shepherds may have saw, you know what I'm saying? That might have been the issue, not the fact of killing it, but the fact that you're torturing it. And I think that in the end, like, I feel like you looked at it as the glass half empty, and I just looked at it as the glass half full, like, just having compassion. I don't know, and even sometimes towards your enemy could be a, the universe to get that back to you.
See, now, in torturing, because I hear you on the torturing piece. This is why I'm saying that the panther should have been killed. Not necessarily tortured. The panther should have been killed. The torturing should have been to just end this panther's life. And then when they left, they didn't make sure that the panther was dead. You understand what I'm saying? So you left a talented warrior on the field of battle. And he was able not only to come back and get your cattle, but he came back and took your life. And he had the other half of your crew begging for their lives and giving up their cattle freely.
They knew they didn't kill the panther.
And the panther knew that they didn't kill him. So they became, in a sense, subservient to an animal that survives on their livelihood. What happens back in these days when you lose sheep or you lose cattle? You can't just go to Walmart and order no more. Your whole livelihood, shepherds are not farmers. Shepherds use what they get from their animals to survive. This is the point I'm making. And this is the mistake a lot of us make too. It's like we show compassion in the wrong way. We show compassion to the wrong things. We give compassion to the wrong people. When these people are waging war, we let them go and they come back and they might spare a few people's lives, but the people's lives that they spare usually only benefits them.
Come on.
I mean, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
I do. I heard it when you were explaining it. I thought it was powerful, but I still think that, like you said, there's many stories.
But I got to focus.
There is a story of compassion.
Oh, yeah. And there's a time and place for compassion. There's a time and a place for it. Oftentimes, I think that sometimes some of the compassion that we have may be misplaced.
Again, it would be one thing if those if it would have been one thing if they would have just killed them. It's another, like I said, it's another to torture. And I think we talk about some things are in nature for some, might be by nature for you and not by nature for others. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. But in a sense, now, I got a question for you. Would you consider the individuals that gave this cat food treasonous?
No, I don't.
Why?
I told you why.
Compassion?
I don't think that it was the Panther's death that they had a problem with. I mean, I don't know that. I think that it was the torturing.
Okay, cool. So,
He even said, like, you know, I thought that I would go back and the Panther would be dead, but like you said, they didn't know for sure.
They didn't know for sure.
They were just torturing this beast.
So they're going to put food down there for the enemy rather than just giving the enemy an honorable death. Knowing the skills of a panther. Panther's a cat. Now, out of all of the predators, I don't know if you ever seen a cat hunt. Lady J, have you ever seen a cat? Have you ever seen a cat catch a mouse or catch something small?
Yeah, I think so. I saw they do this show where they like I don't know. I've seen some show where they hide cameras and they show what people's pets are doing when they don't know it. And I think a house cat.
And what the house cat do? Because I want you to describe what he did.
I can't recall, but I remember.
Let me tell you. Cats torture the small animals that they catch. No mercy whatsoever. They torture mice. They torture squirrels. The very same treatment that, in a sense, this panther was getting was the very same behavior that the panther shows to its prey. I seen a cat hem up a mouse for 45 minutes. And every time he moved, he just hit him. He wasn't even hungry because he was my cat. He eat good. He just sat there and he just tortured a mouse for 45 minutes until finally the mouse got enough nerve to get away. And thank God we moved for the mouse was able to come back and take vengeance, because I was kind of rooting for the mouse. I'm like, God damn, I didn't know cats was this mean.
Still have the cat?
No, that cat died a long time. That was Miss Maya. Miss Maya died maybe 15 years ago.
Yeah, I don't like cats.
I love cats.
When you were talking about the cat, I was thinking in the cat being territorial. I was thinking about my grandma's cat and how this cat used to torture my kids. Like, they would come home and they would have these scratches because Katie would be in the kitchen, and when Katie was in the kitchen, they couldn't go in the kitchen. Like, it was horrible.
It was her territory.
And there was a German Shepherd in the house too, and Katie, the German Shepherd, was afraid of Katie. Like, Katie, but then when Katie was in heat, Katie was nice. If I ever went to that house and this cat came anywhere near me, I knew the cat was in heat. That's the only time she wanted to be pet.
Oh, freaky Katie.
Other than that,
oh, freaky
she
Katie.
was vicious.
Very vicious. And this is what I'm saying. This is the type. Think about this. This wild beast, this panther, tracked down all the cattle, murdered the cattle. Then it murdered all of the individuals that tortured it. Then it was still, and it stuck around. It stuck around long enough to let these people wonder, what are you going to do with us? Then he got, so the cat in a sense returned to torture. Even to the ones, because they had to wonder until he had an actual conversation with them what he was going to do with them. And we still don't know if he took their cattle or not. When you have your enemy down, make sure that if you're going to hold them for questioning, make sure that they don't escape. And secondly, if you have no use for them, you need to eliminate them. I know people are going to be mad about that. See, because, and you know, I'm not the universal person that I used to be. Compassion is not for everybody. And I have to say that. We misdirect our compassion. In many ways, I honestly believe. When when compassion starts at home and it moves outward. And I honestly believe that if you use it on the compassion on all the people that you really supposed to use the compassion on, you would have no compassion left when it came to some of the fuckery that's going on out in the world. I have no compassion left for that shit. Let the stones fall where they may. But, family, I'm doing my 21-day fast. Or at least I'm trying to make it through. And I'm about to get up out of here because I had a drink beforehand. I got 2 cups of water. I had me a juice. And I'm about to go and sit it down. But before we go, I want to hear some words from Lady J. Some closing words. Because I don't believe she just called in and was all nice to me. I mean, she must want something. What you want, Lady J? What you want?
No, I don't want anything.
So why you being nice to me? I agree. What?
I didn't agree with you. I just don't feel like arguing with you.
I can dig that. You learning. You learning. You learning, young lady. You're learning, young Padawan. You're learning. I will make a Sith out of you yet. And we, together, we will crush the Jedi. But go ahead.
Yeah. As always, we are in the midst of the Great Awakening. Do something today and every day in the name of the movement. It could be protest or anything that deals with participating politically. Also reading a book, posting a positive quote or message. We have to take control of the image that is portrayed about us and to us. And so the way we do it is just by promoting positive images of Black portrayals all over the social media. Not liking, not sharing, not commenting on those images that perpetuate the stereotype.
Word.
Again, I just want to remind everyone that we're in the midst of the Great Awakening. Do something today and every day in the name of the movement.
Ashe. And with that, family, I want to say thank you for joining the congregation of the mighty. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. This is a Heart of a Simba production. I'm your host, Brother Hatim, who is joined by Lady J, as well as Miss Gina G, Miss Sasha Mosh, also known as the Gye-Nyame Girls, and this is a Heart of Simba production. Strive to blow up your old paradigm. Alright, family, be on the lookout for the newsletters coming out soon. Like I said, I'm hoping that some of you will contribute to the newsletter because this is a community thing. We got to build it up. I got a whole article in there about that, as well as the G&J Mall and some of the other events we're putting on. So, family, I want to thank you once again. And this is Brother Hatim, and we are out.